Hello everyone, we're coming back at you here, Tammy's Paper Smiles. It has been a while, but it has been also very busy past few weeks. A good kind of busy, lots of visiting and having good times with family and friends. So, but want to try to get back into reality here. So, wanted to hop on and do a video. One of the sets that I've had for a while is Driving By. And they have some really cute little stand. And there's lots of people who've done lots of really cute things with this set. But I had made it before, and I believe either my brother-in-law bought it or someone bought it on Etsy. And it was basically just a little note card. You know, something just to say, driving by to say hi. Little note that you can say, hey, I'm thinking about you. And basically, I used the van because I like the van because I think it reminds me of kind of like the Volkswagen hippie vans. And then I'm going to show you how I did the map, and we'll go into detail. But let's start first with, I'll show you some things with the van. Now, I've got my little van ready for the one that we're going to assemble today. I've already colored him and cut him out. But I wanted to show you some different things I've done. Where actually you can take and put different patterns on your van. I'll show you how I did that. I've got a van here. You can see it's on one of my scrap pieces of paper that I've used with my punch for my sentiments. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of color him. We'll just stick with the green because really it's only the top that will show. So let's color him, just his little roof here. Let's see what else shows. I will do this. The little fender wells, I think, are what you call them. I think that's what they're called. And I've got to color his tires and then around his window. But I liked putting the different patterns. Again, it just reminded me of like the hippie vans in the day that would have, and I was looking for one that would have like the flowery pattern, like the love flower, the flowers that from back in the day that were so popular. And I guess it's just a memory thing. But let's just kind of get this guy finished here so we can move on. This is going to be a van that we can use. We'll use these for future projects. I was going to use them on these cards with the map, which we'll get to in a minute. But the patterns, it was a little too much. I guess clash should be the right word. It kind of clashed the different patterns with the map. So a solid colored van looked, solid color van, say that real fast, actually worked better with this because the maps are kind of busy with all the different roads and highways and stuff. So we did solid color there, but I still wanted to show you how to take this and make it a custom, kind of like, nowadays they used to, I guess, would paint them by hand with the different patterns, which is obviously very, very talented artists that do that. Now they have these machines that do these wraps and put these really cool patterns on vehicles, and I always think those are pretty neat. Let me do his tires. I gotta do the windows too. Hope you guys have been well. We are doing great here. Busy, busy, busy time. It's April. I can't believe March just went by. Lickety split, didn't it? Let me see. We're gonna do the windows now. I just do them kind of in a blue. I did like a little gray trim around the windows and a dark gray on the tires. You hear me squeaky? I think he's running out. He's running out of steam, I think. We'll have to do something about him. Now, I've got my van, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my van stamp. And I know this isn't brain surgery, so you're probably like, why do you feel like you want to show me this? Just in case someone hasn't thought of this before. And it's not just this van. I've seen people do it with, sometimes there'll be a stamp that's a lady with a real pretty dress or skirt, and they've done this with a patterned skirt, and I go, oh, that is so cute. But that kind of is what gave me the idea to do this, in other words. So I'm just going to stamp it here. I want to kind of catch some of the green on the stripes so that it matches my green. I'm a match person. And all I'm going to do is cut out this little body part here. And I've tried to go back. Some of these sets are so cute. And some of them were actually celebration sets that they have offered, that they offer during the celebration spells when they do that. And some of them are just so cute. And this one I've always thought was cute, but I have to almost like schedule my calendar which set that I want to do this week, because I forget, you know, you get busy and you forget to go back to your old ones that you've had a while. And some people retire them and sell them. They're like, I like to go back, like this one, I guess they've been several years. I like the idea of going back years later and pulling them out and making cards with them. It's kind of like, well, maybe y'all don't do this, but if you have any old shoes or clothes, you kind of like holding on to them and go back once in a while, put them on. See, so then I'm just going to glue this on here. And I'll go ahead and cut this fan out, get him done. How about that? And then we'll glue it. And then we're going to move on to the actual card, I promise. If there's any time that you have questions on a stamp set, or you know, if it's one like this that hasn't been out for a while, I don't mind looking up and helping you find. Most of them you can find on eBay or Marketplace, different places. If you just do a search, and this one's just called Drivin By, you'll find it out there. Somebody somewhere is selling this set, I promise. And it has other, it's not just this, it has like actually a cute little Volkswagen bug, which I haven't really done a lot with him, and I need to, because the little bugs are such cute cars. And then it has a little sports car. I think I've made a couple of cards with that in the past, but the Volkswagen I haven't, and I think I would like to do that. Put that on my radar. So, okay, I've cut out my car. Now I'm gonna, this is my little body piece that I cut off of the pattern paper. And I'm just gonna stick him, line him up with the van. Get the excess glue off there, and there you go. We have got we've got a painted hippie van. I call it a hippie van, not trying to insult any hippies out there who go, that's not what a hippie van looks like. But just I've got ones with different patterns. I was going through trying to use up some scrap paper and going through and finding some that I thought would be cute patterns on a van. So that is this. I have a yellow solid colored one. And then, of course, here's another purple one. But that was just my little quick van, you know, kind of a makeover where you could actually add a little bit of pattern to it. But we're going to use green for this one. Now, what I did, and here's what I want you to see. The first time I made these, I actually went online and found some, did a Google search for images of like mats, and cut them out and use that for the background. But then I was cleaning up in my file cabinet, and I'm just going to tell you, I have two of these Rand McNally's Road Atlas. Obviously this is 2004, so it's been a while since we had these. Before GPS and all that good stuff, this is what we used when we traveled, and they actually were extremely accurate. They were helpful. They were, I'm going to say sometimes they were probably better than GPS, because sometimes GPS sends you off on a really wild goose chase. But we used them when we would travel on road trips. And I never threw them out, because my son Gus, his job, when we would go travel to Carolina or Florida or what have you, his job was to, as we would go off on one highway off of an interstate, like if it was I-10, he would highlight on I-10 where we were, and he would highlight on, if we went 95, where we were. So it's just, that's just a family memory, things that we would do. But I realized instead of going and printing off the internet, what I could do is this one way that I could use these Rand McNally atlases is to, let's just go, and I basically opened up the Rand McNally, and I just kind of went to whatever, it ended up being, I think, Kansas, a page with Kansas. I tore it out, and then I cut the squares. So here's another piece of it, and I got 1, 2, 3 squares, and yeah, see, here's some more. So this is all, I actually probably could get about, you might can get about 10 cards off of one page, because they're big pages, they're big map books. I kind of miss those days when we would use those books. But I cut those, and like I say, instead of throwing it away, putting it in a landfill, you know what? We can make cards with it. So, and no rhyme or reason. It just happened that Kansas was, I just picked the page and it was Kansas. But it would be really cute and cool if, and I think I'll do this for people, if I know someone in a specific area that I want to send a card, if I kind of did like, if you did a map between here and there of like make it more personal to the area of the person that you're sending it to, you could do that. You've got a whole map book. Again, you can do images off the internet, but this to me was just a way to kind of keep, again, I'm trying to keep things out of a landfill if possible. Recycle, repurpose, and another way of getting your money's worth out of something, right? So, here we go. I took my page out of Rand McNally, the Road Atlas, recycling it, and I cut it in just to fit my back layer. I've already got these pretty much done. I've got my bottom layer, my inside, your personalization paper where you can write your little note. I got the bottom layer. Try to save us some time. And here we go. We're going to do our map. Now I'm going to get him here. Stick him down, and to kind of go back to what I was saying with the Stampin' Up, I am a demonstrator for Stampin' Up. If there's anyone who would like, I can get you a catalog, I can help you look up things, try to find answers to questions that you might have. I don't always, I'm not an aggressive salesperson with it, but definitely would love to help you get started or find your way in the world of stamping and making cards, and actually you can use a lot of this also for scrapbooking if you're a scrapbooker. You don't have to make cards. So let me get back on task here. I am one of those people that has a lot of squirrels. In other words, I get distracted very easily. So I'm actually using a gray ribbon. This is going to represent, this is our little road that we're traveling on. The first time I did these, I tried to make a road. I basically took a little piece of gray cardstock and tried to draw little lines in the middle. It did not look good. It looked like something my 2.5-year-old granddaughter would do. Actually, she could do better. So I said, wait a minute, let's just put gray ribbon. It's like that's like a road. He's riding on it. Problem solved. Bada boom, bada bang. Here we go. So I'm going to put the ribbon on before I put him down on the base. Okay. Let's see, how does that, okay, so there's our road, where's our map with our road. We've done some road trips around, well, in Texas, but not outside of Texas in quite a while. But those were the days with the kids, you know, going to Florida and this and that. And I think definitely the younger me could do it a lot better than the older me. So I'm going to take him now. This is my van. He's on the road. He's driving by to see you, to say hi. I'm going to put dimensionals on him. Get him on the road. He's ready for his trip. There he goes. And I already, to save time, I did a lot of this cutting and stamping just to save time so you don't have to sit here watching paint dry, I guess I would call it. But this, I already got my sentiment, driving by to say hi. I use this punch all the time, it seems like, and I love all punches, but this one is one of my favorites. This is kind of an oval punch, and I'm just going to put also dimensionals on him, put him up in the corner, This is ready to send to a friend, maybe that I haven't talked to in a while, and say, hey, I'm thinking about you. Just want to say hello. So there we go. I'm going to put some dimensionals. I used orange, and I think the orange would work well. It works well with, for the tires, I guess hubcaps, rims, I don't know what you call those. Hubcap, don't call them hubcaps, orange hubcaps. Okay, he ain't gonna want to stick, so we're gonna get another one. All right, there we go. Let's fix him straight. And then I put a few, and I thought, I don't know if it's a little too busy with these around the page, but then I thought, no, actually it's okay because they're orange, and every road we've been on lately has road construction, so orange is a very popular theme on Texas highways with all the, you know, the barrels and cones and this and that. So it's actually quite appropriate to put orange bling around on the road, on the map. Because like I say, in Texas, everywhere we've been lately, there's somewhere, I don't know if we haven't had any trip that hasn't had some form of road construction in narrow lanes, which really freak me out. But I guess it's called progress, and eventually they'll be done, right? Anywho, we'll get off of that soapbox. This is my card for this week. Again, I wanted to show you the main thing, two things, two big points. One was the van and how you actually could customize it, make you a custom van, a detailed van with custom prints and patterns. And you can do that with lots of other stamps. Just an idea. You basically stamp it onto the pattern paper and cut out the piece that you want. And then the other big point of today is to remind you that if you have any kind of maps laying around, don't throw them out. You know, find it, and if it's not this project, find something cool to do with them. Maybe frame them or use them in a decoupage thing for something. You know, I like the thought of holding on to them because they are something that were very helpful. And to be honest, part of me wants to take it with us on trips now because I think they're still helpful. And I might do that next time. So just so you know. Anywho, this is Tammy. Excuse me, Tammy's Paper Smiles got choked up there on that. I am on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. We have the Etsy store. And of course here on YouTube, if you could please subscribe, you know, to my channel, like my videos, I would definitely appreciate that. Any ideas or suggestions you have of things you'd like to see? If I have the resources and can do it, I would love to work on something, any suggestion or any ideas you have. I love seeing how other people's ideas and how they create and what they do, and then trying to do it myself. That's the fun challenge part. You take care. We'll try to get on here sooner than 3 or 4 weeks. I don't even know when last time I was on here with a video, so this has been a while, but we'll try to get on here again just to say hi and see how y'all are doing. Would love to hear from you. If you can just tell me how you're doing, how things are going. If there's something we can pray for you about, please let me know. We'd be glad and honored to do that for you. You take care and have a great week. We'll see you next time.